Good morning, Planeswalkers. This is BattleCat with BattleCat MTG. How y'all doing today? Now, I said a couple of days ago that I was going to do a complete deck tag on my ORZHOV Afterlife mid-rangey deck that I got built that I think will go tier 1 and could possibly take it to a Grand Prix and win. Now, I've not got everything ordered in on the exact specifics of the deck that I wanted to show y'all, but I do want to show y'all the insane combos that I was talking about and kind of the basis for this deck. Now, this deck, it revolves around making these little guys right here. Little black and white spirit tokens. Okay, they're just 1/1 flyers. Not too shabby at all. Okay. The Afterlife mechanic works like this. You know, card. Like this one right here is 3-drop Administrative Obligation. 2/1 with Afterlife 2. Whenever this creature dies, create 2 1/1 colors, black and white creatures tokens with flying. So every time, like one of these gets, and basically the whole deck except for I think 2 creatures, 2 creatures, 3 creatures run off this Afterlife ability. Okay, so now you ask this. I mean, it's not really big, you poking people in there with 1/1 flyers ain't really gonna win the thing. Okay. So that's the reason why we run Glass of the Gill Pack. It's a artifact, 2-drop, multicolored creatures. You control get +1/+1. Drop 2 of these on the board, now all of a sudden your 1/1 flyers are 3/3 flyers. Now this runs in, it's like, this deck runs like an engine. And you gotta have all the parts moving and everything working right for it to go off. But Tay here, or Taysa Karloff, I call her Tay. She my girl, but nah. But Tay is pretty sweet. Taysa Karloff, she's a legendary creature, human advisor, 2/4 for 4. And if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Creatures you control, or token creatures you control, have vigilance and lifelink. That means they can attack in without tapping down, and they have lifelink. So, let's say our Administrate gets killed off. It has an Afterlife of 2. You create 2 1/1 black spirit tokens, black and white spirit tokens. If you got Taysa Karloff on the board, now you got 4. It just doubles. So now you got 4 black and white spirit tokens out on the board. So you can see where I'm going with this. It fills up the board quick. And now we need sack outlets. So let's say if we're playing a deck that doesn't run a lot of creatures, is very control based and stuff like that. If they run sweepers, that's fine. We don't mind our creatures dying. It puts more of these spirits out on the board. Yes, they're affected. They could be killed off by one chain whirler. But that's the reason why we got Glass of the Gill Pack and also Ethereal Absolution in here. Which, let me dig through and get that out. There it is right there. Magic, I just pulled up and grabbed it. But Ethereal Absolution, this is 6-drop. Late game type deal. Creatures you control get +1/+1, while creatures your opponent controls gets -1/-1. It has an ability of tap 2 generic, 1 white, 1 black, and exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. If it was a creature card, you create a 1/1 flyer, white and black spirit token. Now, the graveyard is important because, yes, we can win off these conditions. You can win with these flyers going up in the air and taking them out. You can overrun the board with, let's say, 5 spirit tokens with 2 guild packs out. That's 15 damage coming there. That's pretty heavy. So, but we need sack outlets. So here's a few. Underrated card in my opinion. And this is another one of, like I said, another big flyer that we have. Scariff the Scales. It is a 4-drop, 4/3 flyer with tap 1 white. It gains villages until the end of the turn. Tap 1 black. It gains death touch until the end of the turn. You can activate this ability on your opponent's turn, your turn, either one. And you can activate them both at the same time. And it also has an afterlife of 2. Trying to get in focus here, people. I'm still working with my stand, I'm trying to get it right and everything. I just got to get better equipment to film it with, and we'll get there. But, anyways, some of our sack outlets, let's say our opponent just is not into creatures, and we're not going to be dealing with creatures, and there's going to be countering everything. Well, we do get a creature on board. We got cards like Demon of Catastrophe. Instead of running a full playset of Seraph of the Scales, try saying that 4 times fast. I went 2 and 2. Demon of Catastrophes and 2 Seraph of the Scales and 2 Demon of Catastrophes. Demon of Catastrophes is a 4-drop, 2 black, and there's an additional cost to cast this creature, or cast this spell. Sacrifice creature. It's got flying and trample, and it's a 6/6. So, we sacrifice one of our guys with Afterlife. Boom, sack him, bring him out. There we go. Now we got our spirit tokens on board, and we got a 6/6 with trample and flying on the board. That's pretty awesome. Now, the combo that I was telling y'all about. Well, we'll run over 2 more things real quick. Another one is mcRaven. Run 3 of these in this one as well. This can neg to our own creatures, which is great. Our spirit tokens, or we can neg 1 our opponent, or neg 2 our opponent's creatures, kill it. That's a good combat trick. You can do it on your step or your opponent's step because it's the instant speed. And you gain 2 life off of it, and keeps us surviving. And then final payment is an additional cost to cast this card, sacrifice a creature, or enchantment. Destroy a target creature, no questions asked. So, I mean, we got plenty of ways to sack our guys. And we actually got another one, Pointless Pontiff. It's well, I just want to jump straight to the combo, but Pointless Pontiff is a 2-drop, white and a black. Sack a creature, pay 1 mana, and it becomes indestructible and gains death touch until the end of the turn. So another sack outlet. But here is the combo, and it works off our opponent's graveyard. Now, the big piece of the puzzle to this is Kaya ORZHOV Usurper. Okay, 3 loyalty starting off with. She's a 3-drop. Her +1 ability is to exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. You gain 2 life if at least one of these cards that is exiled was a creature. So we target our opponent's graveyard, start exiling cards. -1, exile, target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 1 or less. That's kind of rare. We won't be using that ability, but this last one, we will be. Her neg 5. Kaya, ORZHOV Usurper, deals damage to player equal to the number of cards that player owns in exile, and you gain that much life. Okay. So our idea is to get as many cards into exile from our opponent's graveyard and get our opponent's graveyard, just put them in exile. Okay. Now we're not going to be able to do that, just doing 2 at a time. So we got Kai out. This is where Ashiot helps us out a little bit. Ashiot come out of the new set that just dropped, War of the Sparks, and it comes with 5 loyalty. It's one generic of any color and a hybrid of either 2 blue or 2 black. We'll be playing the black, of course, because we do not run blue in this deck here. But its static ability is spells and abilities your opponent controls can cause their controller to search your library. So that's big against fetch lands, stompy decks. It goes and tries to get more than land cards from their decks, and that stops a lot of stuff, but that's not what Ashiot's here for. Its neg 1 ability is target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into the graveyard, and then exiles each opponent's graveyard. So it puts the top 4 cards of our opponent's library into the graveyard. Then it exiles their entire graveyard, period. So mid-game, you know, and we can use this ability 5 times as long as we can protect Ashiot. So let's say we did use it 5 times. That's 20 cards that this put into exile by itself. And as long as we protect it, and we got plenty of ways to protect it because of our little 1/1 dudes that fly and stuff. So you got Kaya out, you got Ashiot out. Now, if we cannot get either Ashiot out to fill up the exile, you know, we're, say, real late in the game, our opponent's got about 20 plus cards in the graveyard, we just drop in Remorseful Cleric. 1 generic, 1 white, 2/1 flyer. Sacrifice Remorseful Cleric, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. Then we go off with the neg 5 ability of Kaya, which if they have 20 cards in exile, which we can put there, I just showed you 2 different ways to put there. If we can just neg 5 her, she does 20 damage to our opponent, and we gain 20 life. Not too shabby. And there's plenty of cards to protect her that I got coming in. Oath of Kaya is one of them. I've got a couple of others, but you know, that's that insane combo I was talking about. But we also, I had to throw, of course, Liliana in here. Gosh, she is so gorgeous. But whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card. +1, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, which protects our planeswalkers as well. Its neg 4 is each opponent sacrifices 2 creatures, but the -9 basically says we win the game. Neg 9, each opponent chooses the permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifice the rest. That means they get to keep 1 planeswalker, 1 creature, and 1 land. And that's it. We get to keep everything that we got on the board at the time. So basically, that's a win condition in itself. But that's basically how this deck is going to run. But you see that insane combo I was talking about. But anyway, guys, I'm rambled on too much. I'll show you the full deck list and deck tech when I get a chance. Until then, guys, this is BattleCat. I'm out. Subscribe, like, and comment below.